It is 9:42, and we have the pleasure to be joined by one of the area's top prosecutors, Prince George's County State's Attorney Aisha Braveboy, in studio with us. Good morning. Good to see you.
Good morning. It's great to be here.
I want to start with something that we've been reporting in the news, and it's this truancy issue. And I know last night there was a meeting with parents, and you spoke to truancy and the issues that it could lead to. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Sure. What we've noticed is that a lot of the kids who we are prosecuting for things like carjackings, robberies, or possession of a weapon, that these kids have really poor attendance records. So we know that there's a relationship between crime that we're seeing and the fact that kids are not in school. And so we really just want to focus on our children's future. You know, we have brilliant young people throughout our school system, and we want them to prioritize their future and not make decisions now that will impact negatively their ability to achieve their goals.
Right. And you know what I like that you said was, let's talk. Is there a problem getting the kids to school? Do you know that they're not even in school? So how do you, being a parent myself, how do you know if you're at work that your kids aren't in school? What's the answer there?
Well, the school system has a software called SchoolMax, and in fact, I think they're actually changing that software next year to have a more modern system. But SchoolMax in real time can tell you if your child showed up for their first period and whether or not they went to their classes throughout the day. And so parents have the ability right now to track the progress of their children. They can also call the school, call their teachers. I recommend that. You know, we have to be more engaged in the lives of our young people. We cannot be their friends, we are their parents, right? We have to ensure that they are following the rules and that they are getting a good quality education.
Let's talk about the approval of the Victim Compensation Fund and organized crime bills up in Annapolis. How does this help you do your job?
Well, for our victims of crime, it really helps us to be able to get compensation for them to do things like bury their relatives, those who are victims of homicide. It has been taking up to a year in some cases for the funding to be approved for the families to bury their loved ones. And a lot of times the loved ones don't have money to put up front. And obviously this was not an expected occurrence that someone would get shot or killed or in some way. And so we wanted to streamline that process. We want to make sure that victims can access resources quickly. And the governor, I have to give a shout out to Governor Moore. He heard that this was an issue that myself and Ivan Bates raised, and he took it on as a priority from his administration, so we were able to get that bill passed. In addition to that, this is my second year in a row, pushing for a bill to expand the organized crime statute to give prosecutors like me a greater opportunity to hold everyone who's involved in a criminal conspiracy accountable. When we look at carjackings and auto theft, what we're recognizing is that people are not acting alone, they're acting in groups. And it's not just the people on the streets, it's people who are benefiting from them, the chop shops who are benefiting from them, other individuals who are involved in criminal activity who use those cars that are carjacked to further other crimes. And so we're really excited about that bill because not only will it help us with carjackings, but it also has an important provision that says if you are abusing vulnerable adults or vulnerable people generally, and you're doing it in an organized way, there are two or more people who are conspiring to treat people who are vulnerable in a way that is criminal, then we can hold them accountable under the organized crime statute as well.
We have to end it there, but you do have a Victim Services Employment Fair tomorrow. I'm going to put it on. How do people just quickly, what's an email or a web address that
they can go to pgsao.org/event, and that is for the entire community.
Okay, it's tomorrow.
Prince George's Community College.
10 to 3 tomorrow.
10 to 3.
Okay. Prince George's County State's Attorney Aisha Braveboy, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
All right.